that I believe that Sam Darnold, I like Sam Darnold. I think with the pieces around him, he can be really good. But it seems to me, Skip, they kind of made their mind up. They're probably going to go Zach Wilson with that second pick in the draft. Now, mind you, they already have their first-round pick. They got Seattle's pick this year and next year. They're probably trying to move Sam Darnold and maybe get another #1 pick or a second-round pick. So they're trying to stockpile because if all things being said, they get a #1 pick, get another pick, they can parlay that. Okay, we got the ammo to go get Deshaun Watson. We got our Skip. We got our pick, we got Seattle's pick, and we got Seattle's pick next year. So we got the pieces to come get a Deshaun Watson. Houston, if you're listening. But Skip, it tells me everything I need to know that they don't believe in Sam Darnold. They seem to be ready to move on. Either they're going to get if Houston Texans is not going to entertain their offer to give up the 3 first-round picks, they're probably going to go Zach Wilson. But I believe they're trying to load up. I believe they're going to try to go get Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
But they don't believe, to make a long story short, to answer Jenny's question, it tells me they've moved on.
They have moved on. If the New York Jets can land Deshaun Watson, no matter how much it costs, no matter how much draft capital it costs, the New York Jets are back in business. As you remember, before that draft of Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, I didn't like Sam Darnold nearly as much as you did. In fact, I didn't like him much at all. I watched him a lot at USC. I just never loved his command of the position, his poise, his feel for playing quarterback, his consistent accuracy. There was some of that Carson Wentz going on that I don't love about Carson, that deer in headlights occasionally where you just kind of lose sight of where you are and you make a terrible mistake. And if I look at the numbers over 3 years, and you could be right if you surround him with better pieces. He's obviously been stuck with the Jets for 3 years. But his QBRs have ranked in the league 28th, 25th, and last year, dead last of 33 qualified quarterbacks, so 33rd. 45 touchdowns, and occasionally he'll throw 2 or 3 that you'll say, wow. He threw one, remember the game you were rooting against my Cowboys at Jets? We were going back 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Boy, he threw a home run to Robbie Anderson, and it was a hellacious great throw. But we'd see those flashes, and then we'd see the interceptions. 45 touchdowns, 39 interceptions. He was hurt fairly regularly, couldn't finish the season, and now we look back at what did the Jets pay for him? They traded up from 6 to 3. It cost them their first-round pick, obviously, but 3 second-round picks. And Indy sat there at 6 and took Quentin Nelson, who is a keeper of an offensive guard, obviously, like an all-pro.
He one of the 2 or 3 best offensive linemen in football.
Like, would you say he's Hall of Fame bound if he stays healthy? I would say yes. Okay.
Yes, he's been an all-pro every year he's been in the league.
Okay, so Cleveland goes Baker 1. I was a big fan of Baker's, and I believe he is now maturing into a star. Still has a ways to go, but I still like the pick. Saquon went second to the Giants, then Darnold, then Denzel Ward went, then Bradley Chubb, and then Quentin Nelson, as I just mentioned. And finally, Josh Allen went 7th. Well, I did not see Josh Allen coming. I didn't see enough of him at Wyoming. And so I think I only saw one game against Boise State, and I didn't see enough. But again, he is opening my eyes and had a terrific finish to last year. So again, would he have been a better pick for the, well, obviously at this point it looks like he would have been a better pick for the Jets. So once again, if you swing and miss, especially if you trade up, it sets you back so far, it's hard to dig out of the hole that you dug for yourself. So I pity the Jets. They could right the wrong if they gave the sun and the moon up and got Deshaun.
That's why.
Yeah, go ahead.
I agree with you. That's why you should trade those picks, because you're going to probably mess them up anyway.
You might.
But you mentioned something about Josh Allen. Look what they did for Josh Allen. They went and got him Stephon Diggs. But what did the Jets do for Sam Darnold? They took Anderson away. Anderson goes to Carolina, has 80-plus catches, 1,000 yards, and 7-8 touchdowns.
Good point.
While one team gave the guy weapons, the other team took weapons away from the guy. And then you're like, well, we hadn't seen the progression. You got to give the guy, because, Skip, we saw a quantum leap from Josh Allen year 2 to Josh Allen's year 3.
We did.
And then you take Anderson away, who plays unbelievable in Carolina. So what do you expect the guy to do? What quarterback's going to be? Why the hell you think Tom Brady left? He said, I'm playing with these guys, can't get no separation, and they can't beat anybody. Let me go on down here to Tampa. And then Tom Brady throws 28 touchdowns one year. He goes to a totally different team and throws 40 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So don't tell me weapons don't make a difference for a quarterback. I believe if you give Sam Darnold some weapons, I believe he can be good. I believe he can be a very good quarterback. I'm not saying he's going to be Tom Brady. Hell, nobody going to be Tom Brady. Tom Brady's Tom Brady. But he can be better than what he's shown with the Jets with some weapons.
And by all accounts, Shannon, he's a great young man, a pretty good leader. You can't really tell if he can lead a good team because he's been with a bad team. I just don't know
how you lead the Jets.
As you know, what happens in this league is if you spend 3 years in a sorry, sad situation, your psyche gets scarred, and sometimes you can't ever heal it up enough. You know, you go somewhere else and you've lost too much of your confidence. But to your point, I hope he lands on his feet somewhere, gets a fresh start, gets a shot with some supporting cast around him, and then we'll see what he's really made of.
Skip, the Texans should take, we'll take Sam Darnold and three number ones. You got a quarterback, you get 3, you got 2 first, you're going to get, so now you have 3. Well, Miami still got your first round pick. So, but you'll have 2 first rounders, Skip, because you got none now.
Yeah.
And you have 2 ones this year and 2 ones next year.
Okay, well, if Sam Darnold goes to the Texans, then I'll feel as sorry for Texans fans as I feel for Rockets fans without James Harden, because all of a sudden you go from Deshaun to Sam Darnold.
But Skip, but you have some weapons. You got Brandon Cook.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with William Fuller the fifth?
Yeah.
I think the fourth, maybe the fifth. One of the Fullers. He got a lot of great grandfathers. But so you have